Alrighty, so welcome back everyone. We should ideally be back. I'd like to say that, but honestly, it's just not really liking me at the moment. Unfortunately, everything got disconnected, so I'm in not in broadcast mode, but we are back. It is S&D. This is map 2, and it is currently 5-1 to Curse. So Curse, have taken quite a bit of a lead so far, and they've been definitely dominant. They've been wanting to show that they are still in this. They haven't, they haven't slacked off, and they can make something happen in this one. It is Envy's attacking round, however, and you are going to be seeing Mauji push on through to get taken down. Unfortunately for him, now it's up to Claw and Fergs to make something happen here in this play. Fergs does get tagged, and you are going to be seeing the nade going out over to the right as well. Will they be able to make something happen? That is the question. No, Fergs will get taken, Claw will get taken, and that's going to be a 6-1 victory over on to the Curse team. But of course, I don't have the overlays open to update the scoreboard. But ideally, that was the last of the problems. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure what did happen with that. But hopefully, today's day will have changed programs and whatnot, just in case something iffy was going on. But in the meantime, that is this map. So once again, apologies for the technical issues. And we should ideally be back soon with map number 3 once we change host once again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the map number 3 here in the ASTRO Circuit Season 4 finals between Curse Australia and Plantronics.Nv. We had map number 1 go in favour of Nv, map number 2 go in favour of Curse. Both, in their own sense, definitely quite convincing. This time round, it is Blitz, it is Octane. We're going to see who will come out on top to take the lead out in this series. After this map number 3, Den's tries to go in for an early cap. Unfortunately, just was not meant to be for him as he pushes on down. Do have Chilean being able to get that first cap in on the board, though, to bring them to 1-0. Ize's trying to push on forward. Envy get a cap of their own. They'll go on down for this as Ize goes right behind the back. Tries to throw a stun out. He's got one from the truck side. He will get taken down before he can make anything happen there, unfortunately enough. Den's going to be pushing on forward. Oracle mode going to be turning on for you all, as you do have Renzen and Claw picking off kills in that process. 2-1, Envy take the lead in this one. Dens will be able to pick off a kill. He tries to anyway. He will be able to in the end. Gets the cap, evens it back up to 2-2. We'll get that dinosaur spawn after the cap, and then we'll go actually back on to the to his own cap portal. Try and play defense. Chile will actually pick off a kill, but no, they're going to leave it open, will they? As they do have one. Dens just runs past another, but he will take down Claw, so the relay won't be happening yet. But Envy still have a 2-point lead, playing really well in the respawn so far. You're going to be having a 4-3 count to the team of Envy at the current time, as you are going to see Verenzen pushing on down. He's got around the corner. We'll be able to get one cap in for that. Will he try to make anything else happen for it? He's going to go out through stall. See what he'll be able to do. As you see him take down one, he's looking for another, and we'll go on down, taking down Ize in the process. We'll go on through. Has has 3 really to deal with Claw in his, helping him to get that along. As they'll turn around the corner, you do have one right in front there, getting tags on. He's got one through the back. He's trying to push on forward. Verenzen, he's checking these corners, but unfortunately it was a little bit too slow. He got cornered out, and he did get taken down. Currently the score is 5-5, as you will now see. Magi going in for a cap. 6-5 is the scoreline. As you do see, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Of course, still in the first half of this Blitz on Octane. 6-6 being the scoreline, still being, cap for cap so far. We've seen these two teams do, and we're going to be seeing Verenzen actually go in for a fairly easy cap for himself. You're going to be seeing Ize go in for a cap of his own, tying it up once again, 7-7. 2 minutes 10 on the clock. Of course, remember to tweet on the stream using the hashtag Astro Circuit, and we'll see what comes out of that one. Ize pushing on down. Just trying to stay alive there for that one. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do so. Den's on a 5 streak for himself, pushing on into storage. He's got one to his right, and he's going to rotate around the corner, try and make something for him. Yes, he will take down one there in that one. 9-9. 1 minute 40 on the clock there. As you do have the Envy side getting cap in. Same with Curse. Still going cap for cap, it seems, and Den's. I'm just thinking of one thing, because he's on a 7 streak at this stage. 90 seconds still remaining in the half, but they're just rotating over. They're still being able to pick off these kills, both of these teams, over on their defensive side, but it just seems like both of these teams are also being able to be just successful working in those team groups and just pushing on forward to these caps. You see Envy being able to get another cap in. Curse straight away being able to get one back for themselves. It's just been going cap for cap for cap. Last time we saw a game like this sort of transition, it did have more caps in the game, but we saw an overall total of 70 caps being in play, both of these teams combined. And just, it really just makes you think, will it happen sometime, again? Doesn't seem likely, as it's sort of stopped at around 12-12. Teams are still pushing on forward from them, but both Envy and Curse are being quite successful at getting a lot of these defensive kills. No, Claw goes for the reload, and he does get taken down. Magi will get dropped as well. Curse slide on in for this cap, taking the lead as well in this series, I believe, for possibly the first or second time in this map so far. Shot's going to go out, though, as you have Renzen rotating around. 25 seconds on the clock here, as they still need it. Envy still want to be going on forward for this cap. Curse is just going to be puddling up on defense. They've got 2 players there rotating around. Verenzen is going to be eyeing up for one. He gets tags on. He'll be able to pick off that first kill. One's going to be on the cap point as well. Not too sure why he didn't preempt that one, but still 5 seconds remaining. Curse are going to be leading by 1 cap here in the halftime break. And we'll see how things go. Damage on that round-ending kill cam. Of course, you are going to be still with 1 point lead, still second half, so it's still 5 minutes, still sides being flipped. You know, teams have their preference, whether they're on the good side or the bad side for them. And, you know, we're gonna see who will be able to actually take it out in the long run. I'm going to jump on board with the player from Envy that's going to be pushing on forward. We'll see who that will be. That's going to be Mauji, just getting straight through Closet. Going to be going on over for this cap. He might get met by one. No, he's going to go in for the cap anyway. He's going to spawn in store. He's not going to rotate over to defense. No one's even going to worry about that one for the moment. Shots are going to happen though, and Curse should be able to get another cap in on the board. But Envy are racing to try and get one of their own before they do. You see it happen, but Mauji will get taken down before he does get there. You got Claw getting shot out. He'll get dropped as well as Verenzen over on storage right here. We'll try and get a couple of shots in. He'll take down one. Fergs will be able to take down that kill that he attempted to take. As you have Fergs just going over the reload over on the B Dom area. Shots are out. His teammates are dropping though. Curse definitely have picked up their game, taking just the advantage away from Envy. Envy, who were leading throughout the majority of the first half, even though by a cap and then getting tied by a cap, they've still had that 1 cap lead, and Curse were able to just turn it around to now lead by 1 over in this half. Now, we aren't seeing as many caps as we did in the first half, as of course both teams are focusing a little bit more over on their defense. As you see, Ize being able to pick off a nice kill there over in the bottom motel. Mauji is going to be pushing on down. There is players watching everyone, but he's going to be up through the top as you see them now. One's going to be on the stairs, going to get shot on the side. He won't be able to make anything happen out of it. Let's see what the players from Curse can do as they're all picking off a couple of kills. Dead's going to be running in for these caps. It's going to be an uncontested cap as well for him, so he should be able to make it into a 2-point lead. There we go, he does. 15-13 is the score. 3 minutes 10 on the clock. Envy were able to get one for themselves though, as you have one of the Envy players lining up for a relay. Will it be contested? Yes, it will. Curse will be able to get that successfully and get the defense, but Chileans will drop over on the cap. Ize gets the defensive kill, but he's the last one alive for his team as his teammates spawn on him. One's going to be over at top Porn, trying to make something happen. A lot of FPS lag there, it seems, as you do have possibly the host lagging up, possibly me lagging out. I don't think it was me. I think it was, of course, the host in question. Lost connection to the host. That's always awkward, but it was 15-14, 2 minutes 50 on the clock. So it's going to be interesting. We will have to see what happens, see what the issue was. We'll take a short break, though. We'll wait for it to come out into play and see what happens. Alrighty, we are back with what seems to be a round one filled with technical issues. Here in map number 4, Domination Sovereign in the ASTRO Circuit Season 4 Finals. For those wondering what happened in the last map, because the host disconnected, the host was obviously a player from Curse. It falls upon the host's responsibility, and because the host, it did get ended before the match was completed, it was under their fault, so they do forfeit that map due to that slight issue from their behalf. But we're here in map 4, Domination Sovereign, and NVR leading 2-1. In this series, so that they only need to win one more map out of the next potential 2. Of course, they can finish it up right here in this map if they manage to play fairly strong in this one. But Curse, after being down by 2 and not probably very happy after what happened last map, they're definitely going to be keen to just tear up and make something happen. We'll see if they'll be able to do so. 3 players from Envy do drop. Claw's going to be the last one out of that original 4 that I was talking about. You're going to be seeing Verenza getting taken as well over on the A side. So already Curse off to a great start. Deads on a 4-0 streak. Make that 5-0 as he rotates through the front. Make that 6-0. Can he go for the 7th? No, he can't. He doesn't get taken down. But he's off to a great start. And so far, the Envy side still haven't even been able to get past into the double digits yet. As Curse is just holding over those flags. They needed to rotate over back to that C side where one of the Envy players is trying to get that neutralization. But Deds will be able to clean him up before he does manage to get away successfully. You're going to be seeing him going over now to this C flag, getting that capture. And one of his teammates over on the A side as well, unfortunately unable to get that successful capture as well. So far 27-12 in an early start, but the team of Curse just currently got team down. So we're going to be seeing what Envy can do. Verenza will get taken down early. They are holding that 2 flag control, but of course if they manage to hold it for quite the next minute or so, they will be able to catch back up and make it as if that beginning never happened. But Mouty's still going to be just letting a couple run past. Made the smart decision to pick off these kills first, because it could have backfired on him later, but he's going to get shot out. Of course, he did check the top railing where there was a player there waiting for him. You have Verenza actually getting taken down right here as well. Let's see what Fergs can do, as the nades are going to be going in over on to the B side, as you are going to be seeing him getting taken down. Verenza rotating around the corner. Mauji now pushing on down. Trying to look on over onto that B side. Will get knifed. And Izzy would be the one to take out a kill on Ferg. So, of course, remember to tweet at the stream using the hashtag Astro Circuits. This is the Season 4 Finals. And we'll see what damage on your screen can do. Trying to get a couple of shots on. Gets tags. He won't be able to clean up the kill. We'll jump aboard with another player somewhere in the action. Should be doing something, but he's not. He's just going to be watching over that B side. Damage still trying to get a couple of shots off. We'll be able to pick off that 1 kill there over on the yellow bridge. And is going to be pushing it around over on top command. They are losing B, and the C control is damage. Fortunately, didn't see him. He's got his teammate that is there pushing over in to the heart of the B flag. That is going to be Dens. As you see him now just drop over into the lower path. 2 players going to be pushing in from Envy. Going on in there. Shots out. Verenza will be able to take that one, but Mauji takes him down himself. A little bit of a friendly fire there, which is never a good sign, but still 90 seconds remaining. 58 to 42 on the scoreboard there. You're going to be seeing Dens leading the way in terms of kills. We said he did have a 6 streak earlier. For some reason it's still glitched up and still says that one there. But still he's going to be pushing it down now into research. NVR trying to secure this B flag. Trying to get a couple of shots in. They do manage to do so successfully. But Curse have 2 players there just trying to get that capture in. One will actually be securing it. The other one's just trying to cover him. And you're going to be seeing Dens rotating around over to the A flag to just try and put the pressure on. Try and push them back into their spawn. Throw them off. Force them to have to split fight. And we'll see what they'll be able to do. Of course, A now getting captured by Dens. He's waiting for someone to push on in. You do see him go ahead and do so, being Mauji. He'll get taken down almost instantly. The A flag will get captured by Curse as Envy at B flag for themselves. Now, you're going to be seeing them try to set up Envy. They need to still have these flags. They need to have majority flag control. With only 35 seconds remaining, there isn't going to be much they can do with this half, but setting up a good foundation and momentum to come into that second half will definitely be big for them. That's what they're going to try and achieve, and maybe come back in this second half. We'll see what will happen, of course, as you see Verenza now trying to pick off a couple of kills over on B. NVR there on C as well, getting those kills. The knife kill from Verenza, nicely done, as you have the nades coming out from Fergs as well. over on to this B side. Just going to quickly jump up the ladder and try and defend that one. He will be able to pick off the kill there. Turns around the corner, gets another kill, but he will get taken down by the third and fourth players that were running out through Zig. Shots out, and that will be the half. 82 points to 66. As you right now see them on this round in the kill cam. Damage right here. We'll get a kill. Make it 12 to 10 for himself. Den's on 13 and 9. 10 to 15 for Chilean and Izzy on 8 and 10 for Envy. Verenz 14 and 12. 9 and 11 for Fergs. Claw and 11 and 10 and 10 and 11 for Mauji. On board with Claw up first in this half. We'll see what he can do. He's got one player right in front of him. To his left, he does see the shots out. Instead of going wide, he just goes straight in front of his, straight in front of the line of sight. He will be able to pick off the kill and go over to this B flag to try and get a capture in. But actually, two players do get dropped by Izzy, who's over on the caution side of the map. He'll be able to pick off a third, and his team will push on over onto this B side. Of course, Curse are leading 86 points to 70. That's 17 or 16 points the lead currently at this stage. Because you're going to be seeing them try to go for this B flag. They should be able to get that one in a second or so. There we go. They do manage to secure that one down. One's going to be over on tracks as well, who'll be able to pick that one off. But now Curse only have that B flag control. One is going to be over at A. We'll see if we can jump on board with him. That is going to be Damage, who is actually successful in being able to pick off that kill. So he should be able to get A as well. 4 minutes remaining in the half. Envy, they can still turn it around. They can still make something happen, but it's going to be extremely difficult. And they need to, you know, even though the points aren't that much in this domination sovereign game, Curse have just been that one step ahead, getting these kills and being able to just get that map possession that they need to just stay that little bit ahead that we've been seeing them doing. But it is still definitely possible in 3 minutes 40 seconds for Envy to catch back up and take out the series. We'll see what will happen. If Curse take it out though, it will go to a map 5. So we'll see what will play out there in this one. Izzy just rotating around, and we'll be able to get a nice double kill over on the flag. One's going to be above him in command, and he'll be able to pick off that kill as well with the help of his teammate as they get the flag capture. Rotating down, A flag will start to get lost from the Curse side. Envy trying to go for that cap. We'll jump aboard with the player that is going to be pushing down to that one, and that is going to be Damage. Going to get taken down. Izzy on a 12 streak at the moment from what we are gouging from his scoreboard screen and whatnot. He does see another one make that 13, 19 to 10 for himself at the moment. 110 points to 93. And he'll get another kill to get added to his special as the bonus. As you see him now just rotating through green. He'll pick off the kill with the Remington now. 2 players over on B. He gets another one. And he'll continue to go on down. Currently he says he's on 16. And he'll rotate over. His teammate will be able to pick off the kill. He'll go for the flag capture as well. He's currently got 4 to his name. Dens has 8 and Damage has 6 in terms of captures. And you're going to be seeing Curse leading 2 flags to 1. 120 points to 99. Leading by 21 points with 2 minutes 20 on the clock. Izzy just picking off these kills. Shooting a couple of extra hits into the dead bodies as well. But Envy really need to turn this around at some point. If they can't make anything act and Curse just take that big of a lead, they'll be forced to have to just get at least the neutralization to come back in this one. But we'll see what they will do as Izzy will be rotating over. His teammate Damage will be able to pick off the kills. Izzy finally drops the same with Damage. Dens will also fall, and we'll see what Envy can do with Mauji getting taken down. Verenzen over on this A flag will get the capture. Envy now have 2 flags, but they are losing C for the moment. They'll need to push on down to any of the other flags, and that's going to be Mauji last alive for the moment as he pushes on down over, of course, into that green or into that blue alley, and you will see him actually getting taken down. Claw will get dropped as well. The same with Fergs. 90 seconds on the clock, 136 to 112. And it does seem like Curse are just wrapping this one up for the moment, but of course it is still mathematically possible to come back in this one, but it is going to involve Curse having no flags and Envy maybe needing 3, and it just doesn't seem like the Curse are just going to allow that to happen at the moment. But still, Envy still rotating around, still getting these flag caps. You're going to be seeing Mauji rotate around. He will get taken. Fergs will get dropped as well. Claw will get taken, and that's 4 players down. As you see Curse just getting on a spree once again. Chilean on a 6 streak. 19 to 24 for him. He's just going to be watching over on this A side. There's no one really there. So we'll swap on over to Izzy, who will pick off 1 kill, and swap on over onto B. course, the player did jump on down to the bottom side lower alley, and he won't be able to actually pick up the kill damage on a 3 streak over on the C flag. We'll have one in the back that will take him down, and with 30 seconds remaining, 151 to 125, does seem like Curse have this one in the bag, and we'll be going to a map number 5. Of course, it will be an S&D, and it will be an S&D on Warhawk here in the Astro Circuit Season 4 Finals. Round number 1, of course, the winner will take on Immunity in round 2. And that'll be definitely an interesting matchup as well. Of course, it is a double elimination bracket, so if you do lose the overall first round, you still have a second chance to go ahead and take something up with a total prize pool of $2,000 on the line here in this finals competition. But that's going to be a 2-2 scoreline overall in the series. We're going to a map 5. And of course, didn't get to quite catch map number 2 for its entirety, but we saw Curse dominate over on the S&D to take quite a convincing scoreline. I believe it was 6-1 or 6-2, but they took it out quite convincingly with an S&D on Warhawk. It does seem like they could just do the same once again. We'll see what will happen. We'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere because we've got more action coming up next. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to map number 5, the decider here in the ASTRO Circuit Season 4 Finals. Round number 1 matchup between Curse and Plantronics.Nv. Brought to you by CyberGamer, powered by ASTRO S&D Warhawk. We'll see how these teams will fight it out. Of course, the last S&D we saw, Curse took it out quite convincingly. We might see the same happen again. We might not. Who knows? We'll see what will come out of play here with Chilean actually taking out the first kill. Of course, you are going to be seeing Izzy trying to get a couple of shots off as well with Oracle mode in for you all. You're actually going to be seeing Beeson actually be playing as well instead of Ferenzi. Main lineup is now in play. Maybe Beeson was a little bit late in waking up, but now he's finally has arisen from his slumber. If there was another reason, my bad, but I'm just going to go with that. Going to be seeing Curse team though, still have 3 players up. Chileans did drop, but Fergs and Mauji dropped from the team of Envy. One player from Envy is over on the mid street, the other one over on Towers. Izzy still looking on over, wants to push on down over to the bomb. The player is going to be rotating as well. One's going to be in post, but he missed the shot. He finally gets it in the end, and Deads here sees one, gets tagged. No, he doesn't actually get tags, but Claw's the one who actually takes down Izzy, so he's going to be the one over in post. Player's going to be pushing over mid street. He's going to be actually pushing on it over for this one, maybe. And he should be able to get this one. The player's not even looking in the right direction, and he was able to pick that one off in the end. Of course, with 20 seconds left, all Beaston needs to do is just wait it out and possibly go over to the bomb right now. But no, he's just going to be holding out to see if he's going to rotate over. Of course, not enough time remaining. The bomb is going to get planted now. Dens has the advantage here in this one. Beaston's going to need to push on down. Dens is going to be waiting over on the bomb. A little bit of lag, a lot of lag there on Beaston's screen, it seems, as you do have Dens just sitting on over into store. Beaston just trying to rotate over across the map. Of course, they're about to run into each other, but with time running out, needs to check his left. Will he do so? And he does! He gets the knife kill! And he'll be able to go on in for the defuse. Nicely done there. Envy take out the first round. And we'll see what they'll be able to do for the remainder of this map. Of course, this is the decider. Winner takes on immunity in round 2. Loser will be forced to fight it out in the losers bracket. Of course, that's not a place you want to be after the first round. As we'll now see what the team of Envy can do on their attack. Mauji with the bomb in hand, who will be pushing on up over to this one. Damage takes out an early scope on Beaston though. Nade's going to be going out over into post. It's not going to be able to connect. If he ran in a second earlier, would have taken himself out most likely. But Smoke's going to be going out over on to the B side itself, as you do have Mauji just checking every corner, just waiting for sort of someone to see if he can see anyone. Of course, his team's trying to get a couple of shots off as well. We'll turn off Oracle mode just to see his perspective. Try from the get-go. He's trying to just get a couple of shots in, slightly off, but you know, you got to give him a credit for trying, as it is still 1-0 to the team of Envy. 2 players down from them though, but we did see a similar situation happen in round number 1. Izzy will get dropped as well. Let's see where Fergs is up to as he rotates over to check the flank. Mauji still in post. 2 Curse players, one in mid-street behind the car, the other one just behind Towers outside of Medic. 30 seconds still on the clock. They'll need to go for the bomb plant eventually, as the player has rotated back over onto the Medic angle. That is going to be Chilean. The bomb has been planted, so he's going to push on out. You're going to be able to possibly try and just set this one up here, Envy. You do have damage rotating over from this mid-street. There's going to be one straight to his left as he pokes on out, and he will be going to push to contest that, and he won't be able to actually pick off the kill, so he needs to go back over into post, and he needs to try and see if there's going to be one to the right as well. It does see him. Nice reflexes there, poke back on out, but he does have the scope. He'll pick off the first kill, and he'll rotate back down, but he can't get the second one over. And he Towers, he nearly did, he had him lined up, he just couldn't find the shot, and that's going to be 2-0 to Envy. Plantronics.Nv are leading in the map, and of course this is the decider. 2-2 it is so far. The winner will take out this map, and it is definitely a bit of a turnaround here from what we saw in the first S&D on Freight, which the team of Curse did dominated. But it is going to be their attacking round up next. They're going to be going over to the B bomb side once again, but this time they're going to be having, who is it, Dens over on to the A alley. Pushed far up, fairly far up anyway. We'll see if he can actually pick up this kill. He does know there's one there. He's going to get tags on out, and he won't be able to actually pick up the kill. He does get dropped on early by Claw, as you now have the remaining Curse players needing to push on up, make something happen with this bomb. You do have one right in front of Chilean. Looks in the opposite direction. The player's going to be pushing on down. That is going to be Fergs, who tries to go on forward. His teammate Damage will take him down. This is from Chilean. Chilean runs on in, will get taken as well. Damage, last one alive in a 1v3 situation against Plantronics.Nv. They are currently 2-0 down. Of course, you don't want to let Envy get too much of a lead, but we've seen them come back from higher differentials, as you do see Beeson taking out the kill there on Damage with the scope. They are now leading 3-0. As you do see Beeson on the kill right there. Claw, of course, right next to him over on the flank in that 1v3 that Damage did find himself in. Curse need to turn something around here. They need to make something happen if they want to stand the chance and go over into the next round. We'll see what will happen. You have the bomb getting picked up by Mauji, as you do have them going on down over to this B-bomb once again. Of course, Claw will take down Damage this time. He doesn't want to fall. He doesn't want to let his teammates get duped and get from that sniper. Watching over through the mid side of the map. Beast is going to be pushing up fairly aggressively as well. Chilean will take down Fergs for an early pick for his team. As Beaston over on towers, he wants to push on down. 1 minute on the clock still, so still plenty of time, but the bomb is looking like it is going down here. It will, but he'll get taken down shortly after he does get the bomb planted, as Beaston's going to be poking on out. Con timing, we're about to see him stay alive. No, he won't. He will get taken. Claw down, needs to just defend. He knows who one of the players is, but it is a 1v2 situation. He has a pistol out as well. I believe there's a muzzle break on the pistol as well, which is quite interesting. But of course, he has 2 players to deal with. One's going to be in fire, one's going to be in towers. Going to get shot in the back. He's going to get taken down, and Curse will be able to get that defuse to get their first round on the board here in this one. On this S&D Warhawk. Finally getting that defuse, getting their first points or round on the board. 3-1 the score becomes. Still plenty of rounds, of course, potential 11 altogether to be able, you know, in an S&D game's entirety. Could possibly see go all the way to that 11th round if Curse managed to catch back up, and then he goes round from there. Who knows what will happen for the remainder of this map? Of course, in the chat, post who you think is going to take it out. Do you think Curse will come back by a couple of rounds and take out the map and take out the series, or do you think Envy will continue on their lead and take this one out? Let me know, or tweet, of course, using the hashtag #AstroCircuit. Chile will take out a first blood over on Mauji and Fergs, and he will actually manage to stay alive this time, which is always a great start, as you have him just pushing forward quite aggressively. I believe the MV players might have thought they would have gone A this time around. Chilean just rotating over into Medic. One of the MV players did see him, I believe, and he's going to be chasing that one. Ize's going to be going for this bomb plant. He's rotating around. Chilean just still manages to just avoid these players. Going to rotate through the flank. It doesn't matter because Ize will take down Claw. So Beaston's now the last one alive, as he's on the flank here, currently on the 18-wheeler. Shots out into post. He's missing a couple of them. He did get tags, but he's unable to actually pick off the kill. And he'll now try to be forced to try and go back. There is going to be one on that unit. He's going to be looking through the right now. He's looking over to the left. The Deads will be able to take him down. That will be a 3-2 round count right here. And you will see Deads on this round, then the kill cam. Of course, just picking off a couple of early shots and knew exactly where Beaston was coming from and was able to pick off the kills. So far, you know, the team of Curse, they've got 2 consecutive rounds. They're able to make something happen for themselves and be able to catch up slowly in this S&D game. But it is still early days, of course. So far, out of the people that have put their predictions down, it is leading towards sort of a more Curse-based lead, so that's what everyone thinks will take it out. But we'll see what happened. Mauji pushing on forward early again. Damage taking down Claw, though. He's not going to fall for the same trick twice. Now he's going to be going out into post. Of course, no one's going to be there. The Curse players are fairly well back into the actual into their sort of main street area. 2 players actually are going over to the mid street fencing lanes to try and maybe go over for a flank, but all 3 Envy players that do remain are over at the bomb site, watching over the different crosses that they can. Mauji was just staring down over onto that mid-street way, but now he's going to be going for the plant. Will the Curse member push on down? That is a question. He does have a scope, so it doesn't seem like he will, but the bomb has been planted. So now you're going to be seeing the nade going to get cooked. Will he pick off a kill there? No, it won't. He's going to be pushing on in. Sliding on down is Damage, as he's one of the last people alive. Double Ds are left here for Curse. He's got one to his left. He should have that pistol out once again, but he's not going to actually poke out to contest that one. He's just looking over onto the Ute. We'll see what Deds is up to over on Towers. He's got one in Towers to contest with. And you'll see a couple of shots going out. He's going to get shot inside, but no, he's going to get the knife kill. Nicely done. With 17 seconds left, one player's going to be rotating through the flank. He does see him in the side. No, he doesn't. He's actually going to rotate all the way around. And right now, as he pushes on into post, he's going to just fire at nothing. And he's going to get taken down in the back. Beaston will take down Deds. As right here, you will see the round in the kill cam. And I do believe all the other round 1 matches completed as well. I believe this is the last one out to be done, which is always good. We always like to be on a certain schedule, which is always a good thing to see. Izzy with the bomb. I'm actually going to jump aboard with Chilean for this round. He's always the one running point. He's always the one getting a nice double kill early on. We'll see if he'll be able to do it again. There is going to be one player pushing into the outside of post early, so Chilean does need to be careful of this, but he's just going to be looking over into post right here as he pokes on in. There is no one there, but there is one straight to his left. He does save it. He picks off the kill. Perfect awareness and knowledge of where he would be to be able to pick off that kill. And only one player now remains from the Envy side. That's going to be Claw, but he's not going to stay alive for too long, as you are going to be seeing deads here on the round in the kill cam, as it will become 4-3 here in this map, and it does definitely seem like we are going down to those final moments in this map. Possibly it'll always be a great thing to see at an 11th round, and still no one's really gone for an A-side push here, which is quite surprising. Normally some teams like to mix it around, but they've been going for B. It seems to be working for a lot of these plays and these rounds. So see if they'll be able to do it again. Envy still have the 1 round lead. It's all about if they'll be able to keep it consistent for one more to just keep that 2 round or 1 to 2 round advantage for themselves, as there is going to be one in the container there, as Claw will take down damage. So nice start there for them, but the Envy team still need to pick off these kills as Chilean takes down Fergs. Beaston will drop as well. So now it's up to Mauji and Claw in a 2v3 situation. They're rotating around, trying to see if he can spot anyone Mauji, but he does decide it's possibly a smarter option to rotate over on to the A-bomb, as Claw's going to be watching over for the cross for him. You see him over in Slack is going to rotate over to try and cover his teammate as well. None of the Curse players have actually rotated yet, so you do have one going for that. That is going to be dead, but by the time he does, the bomb will get planted. You see him over on the Porter truck. Now he knows the bomb has been planted, so he's just going to be checking through the back of American. He'll be able to pick off that first kill there. Chilean will get the other, and they'll be able to get the defuse, getting the round right here, and making it up to 4-4 tied rounds. And you're going to be seeing a couple of shots over into the walls of the doors, but 4-4 finally evens back up from a quite a little bit of a lead there by Envy. Kirsten managed to come back with a couple of rounds consecutively as well, and now they're here in a tied playing field. 4-4. Potential couple of rounds left, 3 rounds max, but we'll see what will happen. The Curse team seemed like they wanted to go over to the A side that round, but they're not going to end up doing that. They're going once again back to this B side. We'll see the player pushing on down is Chilean. He'll get taken down early for the first pick of the game by Beast, and Dead's going to be watching the flank. Izzy will be able to have the bomb and push on down. Deads was actually able to pick off 1 kill as we just saw it slightly as we swapped off him. Izzy still with the bomb. He wants to push on down. One's going to be in containers. The other one's going to be watching the bomb side itself. Deads does get taken by Claw, so it's going to be a 3v1 as damage also drops. Izzy now the last one alive for his team. He spots one to the side of Slack. He did fire a couple of shots, and now the Envy team know where he is. Needs to make up his mind where he wants to go. Of course, with 40 seconds already, yes, time to plant the bomb, but unfortunately didn't see Fergs pushing it out there. He did manage to pick off the kill on him, and that'll be 5-4. Envy now have the match point here, the series point. They're currently on 1 round out of the potential 2 that is left. Could advance them over onto the next round. We'll see what will happen. We'll see if they'll be able to make something out of it. It is going to be them on the attack. And we'll see if Curse can take out a defensive win to stay in this series so far. Nade's going to be going out to try and get an early pick on the player watching the mid side. They're not pushing over through that mid lane though. They don't want to risk it. They don't want it to get taken down at all. Any early picks is going to be a bad thing for the NV team right now. They're going to play things smart, and we're going to be seeing 5-4 being this current round count. Once again, NV only need 1 out of the potential 2 remaining to take out this win. Curse need both. Fergs on your screen. The bomb in the hands of Mauji. Claw going to be there around behind fire. You're going to be seeing one at back towers. One's going to be in containers. Claw will be able to take down Izzy, but Izzy will take down Beast in 3v3. Fergs, he turns around, but he will get taken down. Claw and Mauji now on your screens, left alive in a 2v2 against Deads and Damage. Double D combo. Claw will drop. Mauji last one. He'll take 1. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Play is rotating through the spawn actually, so Mauji will he be going for this bomb plant? had perfect time before, but let's see if he'll have enough now. Damage going to be having the scope as well. The USR, as he goes for the body pick off the kill, get the round, and we're going to a round 11, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the decider of the series. As you do have us going down to the final round. Of this one. Let's see what Nv can do on the attack. Curse, once again, just need to win a defensive round to take out the series. Of course, they're going to be pushing over to this B side. Curse, though, they've sent 2 players A, 2 players over to the mid side. Shots out over on the fencing. We'll see what player that is. That is going to be Claw, who needs to just stay alive against 2 of the players from Curse. They're pushing over quite aggressively. He needs 1 pick here, at least. He won't be able to do so. He does drop early. Ferguson gets taken down as well. Mauji and Beaston need to come off huge here, but no, Dez will take down Beaston as well. It's all up to Mauji. Bomb in hand. Can he make something happen? He'll see one. He'll be able to take down the first kill. Still has a couple left, and they'll come out through behind, and that'll be a game-centered match. Curse will take that one out. 6-5, taking up the series 3-2. And now go on to the next round to play immunity in the next round of the competition. What a series that was, and what a series to come as well. Of course, you don't want to miss that one. Tweet out the stream using the hashtag ASTRO Circuit. But 10-8, 10-6 for Chileans and Dens. Izzy on 6-6 and 8-7 for damage as well. What a play there by the Curse team to come back and take that one out. Don't go anywhere. We've got more action coming up next in the ASTRO Circuit. Season 4 finals brought to you by CyberGamer, powered by ASTRO.